greet you in the light, Guardian. I regret that you must see me like this. EIDO insists that this is slowing the curse, but it is no cure.
Much Eliksni medicine was forgotten. EIDO seeks a remedy in secrets of old Reese.
There are few still living who know the ways of our lost home.
ERAMIS remembers. Captured by the Guardian this day, she will help.
Her love for the Eliksni is poisoned by her hatred of the great machine.
But now she will see wisdom in your path. Yes. Safety with house light, protected by guardians.
Safe, but not whole. I thought being near the great machine would help reclaim what we lost on Reese. But I look at our hatchlings now, living in the ruins of humanity, building lives from scrap, and I see that we are debased, corrupted, defiled, doomed to meet our final end as scorn.
Trust in EIDO. VARIKS teaches the ways of house judgment. She will find old solutions to new problems. You will see.
Even after the Traveler fled our sky, and our world was swept away in horror. After our great houses fell to betrayal and futile war, some Eliksni held hope for unity and a future for our people. I do not know how much time remains to me, but if none challenge Fikrul, that dream is lost. Fikrul will condemn Eliksni to decay and ruin. We will be a dead people, rolled over by the dead. My life is for my daughter and my house. Let them see that I still believe the old stories. Old stories tell that when Reese was threatened by dangers no weapon could defeat, the Kells would call upon a Slayer Baron, one possessed of forgotten knowledge, capable of impossible feats, one who can stand against an unrelenting foe. Does that not describe you well, my friend? So much of our history is tale and myth, but the scribe VARIKS remembers much. But what he cannot recall, EIDO will help you uncover. I name you my Slayer Baron, and I beg of you, defend our house, defend our people. Deliver them from this second whirlwind, and when the time comes, deliver them from my curse. Fikrul and his minions continue to hunt down Eliksni across the Soul System. He does not seek to call them under his banner. He will warp their minds, control them. They will kneel, willing or otherwise. Kell of Kells, Slayer, Baron, these are old titles, but our faith in them holds strong. Even those in House Salvation will understand the role you play. Death came for Reese, and none could prevent it. But that does not have to be our future. I will not compel your obedience, Guardian. I beseech you, as kin, join your sword arms to mine. Slayer Baron of House Light, stand against those who would cast us into ruin. Cut down all those who would destroy our house. Carve a future for the living from the bones of the dead.
I visited ERAMIS in her cell. We've been talking a little. I think we're making progress. She's been more responsive lately. You've been out there protecting our people. Even she has to admit that much. I mentioned that I've been working with VARIKS to track down information about tonics. ERAMIS said she knew a couple of older Eliksni with knowledge of such things. If we could track down an apothecary, it would speed up my research considerably. In the meantime, ERAMIS also spoke of a salvation enclave that might need our help. I sent Crow the coordinates. I might have left out the part where ERAMIS gave them to us. I know, but I think we can trust ERAMIS to look after the interests of her own people. I'm sure Crow will see that soon enough. Trust me on this? Sometimes I miss swashbuckling.
VARIKS sees suspicion in the Slayer Baron. Can they trust VARIKS? Perhaps he still desires to be Kell of Kells, yes? After all, many died to make it so. It is true that VARIKS wanted power, not for himself, but for all Eliksni, to build a new home filled with peace. But VARIKS lied to himself and his people. He was misled by darkness, and he lost the way of his house. And many terrors were born of his failure. Now VARIKS is humbled. He remembers he is not a Kell. He is a scribe. House judgment is not the way of fighting or ruling. It is the way of keeping history, promoting justice, teaching hatchlings. So VARIKS will train EIDO, and together scribes will undo the many wrongs of VARIKS the Loyal.
Thank you for providing me with ample data for my research. In return, I wish to share something with you. A recording. Do not ask how I obtained it.
When do you think my people's ether reserves run out? At the rate your guardians destroy our servitors, it can't be long.
ERAMIS?
Have you seen the effects of ether starvation? The way our carapace flakes, the way it peels away to expose raw muscle. It is a living death. Agony in unsleeping rot.
I've seen it. In the Eliksni who refused to kneel to House Salvation and fled across Sol for their lives. You willingly marched your own kind to their deaths in service of a lie. That's why you're here. It's what you have the power to prevent. We've both made mistakes we can't take back. I killed Cade. I created Fikrul. But I can make it better. I can own those choices and do better by the people I hurt. You can too. Help us find the defectors of House Salvation. They can integrate into the House of Light. They have a chance for a fresh start. Right here, right now.
There is no future for me. But that does not mean there must be no future for my people. I will not rob them of that. I will tell you.
Eramis has blood on her hands, and so many ask for blood in return. But her death would not undo any of it. I shared this in the hopes you may see that too. That one life spared could spare 1,000 more. Father may call that naive, but I remember the old words. A docked arm cannot share the weight. Guardian, your battles against the Revenants to save Eliksni captives from a fate worse than death. It's like one of our old fables. I've learned so much about our lost homeworld lately. About how ether flowed through all the plants and animals there, not just the Eliksni. But for every drop I learn, there's a whole tank full that was forgotten. That's why it's so important that we learn from the few survivors, like VARIKS and ERAMIS. I know you and ERAMIS share animosity, as my father would say, but she's more than a leader or a fighter or a criminal. She's a rare link to the secrets of old Reese. I encourage you to put aside the past and let ERAMIS help us, or we risk making her the last of the Eliksni.
Tell me, Guardian, is this a gratifying sight or a frustrating one? You strike me as someone who appreciates finality. Not so your Hunter Vanguard, it seems. I am grateful for one thing. No Salvation captains share my cell. This remains a private humiliation. EIDO claims you will defend both our houses against Fikrul's beasts. So, here it is, Slayer Baron. I know of another Salvation outpost. The Eliksni there cut communications shortly before my incarceration. If any yet live, it seems likely they too are under threat. I once believed anything would be preferable to accepting your assistance. I have Fikrul, to thank for illuminating me. I hope to demonstrate my gratitude in person before the end.
This is definitely the place, but it's weirdly quiet out there. Revenant Scorn have been turning up everywhere. We've really got to get a handle on this. If I could just... Wait. Is that?
We are here. We wait for you. Father, we ever serve and await return.
I'm here. I'm back.
Look, I inspire, I avenge for you. Now we rule together. I, Askel, you, King Aldrin.
Let them go.
Father.
This isn't... You don't have to do any of this. Please.
This is our purpose. Your teachings. To break their servitors, their lies, their trust in light.
I'm the one who lied to you. This is just pointless slaughter, please. You can just stop. You can be more than this. I'll help you.
You are not him. You are a dead thing, like the others. You wear his face. You steal his voice. Forget his purpose.
It wasn't a purpose. It was delusion.
Give him back.
Don't.
Hear me, Father. I will rip this imposter from your bones.
Damn it! Okay, got it. I'm setting up a transmat site. Get that device over there and we can ditch it in orbit. Explosives taken care of. You did it, Guardian. At least, no one else died today. Death is all Fikrul believes in. It's what I taught him to believe in. My faithful acolyte. I thought I could reach him. One more time. Let's go, Guardian. This is only going to get harder from here on out.
Troubled times, Guardian. You fight well. Every day, new survivors come to MITHRAX for protection. But the Scorn come like a tide. They swarm the reef. They build in secret, using the bones of old ruins. Catches full of prisoners vanish into the belt. Useful prisoners, yes. Many who might help us if we retrieve them swiftly. But VARIKS does not yet know where... Guardian?
Jade Thing, Slayer Baron. Why fight for the fallen? You and I know the truth. These old names, these stories, so easy to burn away. But you and I survive again and again to fight one another. You took father from me, just as you took my friends. As you took everything. You give no purpose. When I am kill of chaos, I will find a way to hurt you. Guardian, the Scorn are imprisoning Salvation Eliksni. You are needed to stabilize their defenses.
I pulled rank to get you an advanced defense unit on short notice. Think I ruffled a few feathers, so let's make it worthwhile.
We must prove that ERAMIS is not the only Kell who offers hope to the Eliksni.
We've got hostiles on the ground. Get in there and secure exfiltration for the Eliksni. Good work, Guardians. Let's bring those Eliksni home.
Guardians, you do us honor with your service. Eliksni have long memories. We will remember this.
Guardian. I didn't think this experience could be any worse. And yet here you are. I do not need your pity or your curiosity. And if you're here to finish me off, stop wasting my time.